Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome back to my channel Leela Webdev. In the previous video, we have successfully generated the dynamic caching of the different URLs we have did. Now what we are trying to do, so here if I try to show you the output for the first one. So right now we are consoling the data. So here we are consoling the data. Whenever I am trying to do, we are consoling. Instead of consoling the data, I will try to show you the data at the bottom so that you can able to understand it very easily. And also whenever I am trying to get it from the network, I will write it below as a network. And whenever I am trying to get it from the cache hit, so I will try to write it as in cache hit. So we'll try to do it like this. And also we'll create another button so that whatever that to do, they will select and you click on that button. So we need to delete that cache from the cache storage. So these are the steps we'll try to do in this video. So now let's try to implement it. So now what we are trying to do here, we need to render the element, right? So here I will give here, let's say select is there, div is there, button is there, okay. And here I will give id is equal to do container, okay. And here also I will give id is equal to cache message, okay, message. So that's it. So these are the two things. In this one I will try to show you the data, and here I will try to do cache it or something like that. And I have a button something like button delete cache. So here I can have delete button. That's it. So these are the things which I will be trying to have. So here let's go to the to do element, and here I can have something like constant delete button element is equal to document dot query selector of cache delete button. And here I can have something like delete button element dot add event listener of, I can have click, and here I will call something like delete to do event, and I need to send the request which I would be trying to do. And also I need to send the sorry, we don't have the request, right? So just remove the request cache. Just will read send the cache. Fine. So we got this in it. So let's try to async function delete to do event, and we got the cache here. First of all, we need to get the request constant to do. First we need to get the to do id. To do id is nothing but get to do id, get to do id. That's it. So if you try to get the get to do id, we'll get the to do id. And now next one, what do you want to do? Constant request. So I need to generate request, and I need to send the to do id. That's it. So now we need to delete the cache. Here I can do await cache dot delete, sorry, cache dot delete of request. That's it. Finish. We have deleted the cache. We'll try to see that one out. So now to do element is there. So when you are trying to get the get to do value element, and we got the response data, so instead of consoling data, we need to element, right? So render data, okay, render data. So we'll pass the data here. Here I can have something like render data. So first one I can have constant container element is equal to document dot query selector of cache container. So we have the container. So now I got the container. So now what I would be trying to do here, let's try to create an element. So here constant div element, created div element is equal to document dot create element of div. So I created the element, inside this one. So I will loop over the data one by one. So as this one is an object, I will loop over the data. It's an object only, right? So I will loop over the data. For that, let's try to have an array. So let values is equal to, so we need to loop over what is the data we are getting, id, title. I think these are the things only we are getting, title, and also the completed, I think, right? So let's try to check the output in the application so that we can able to get it very easily. So id, title, and the completed. So we'll take the completed one. So these are the things. As this one is an array, we will be having an iterator. So I can have let value of values. I can get it something like this. And here, so what I will be trying to do, so what I can do it is, so here also I can create an element is equal to document dot create element of, what I can do it is, so div element I will create it, and inside this div element, so what I can have, so this div element dot text content is equal to, so I can have such a way that dollar of value, that is nothing but id, is equal to dollar of data of value, nothing but id. Data of id means the one number value it will print. And when we got the text content, so here I can do div element dot append to the container, sorry, div element dot append of, sorry, we need to append element dot append to div element. So this is the thing. And last, what again, we got the element, so here we can do div element dot append to append container. I think this one, like this only we need to do. I think let's try to see how it will get. Render data, we have rendered it, and at last we have appended it. Finish. So let's try to see the output. So how it will get the output, let's see. So I do know. So let's try to see the output for this one. So let's refresh it and get value, or some error. Get value. Okay, I think first I think we need to do development, and here also development dot append element. Thinking like that. I could be also wrong. Cannot read properties of null append to container element is there. Container is hash container only, right? Oh, to do hyphen container it is. Let's try to see. Now if I click see here, now I am able to get the data. So here all the time I am getting multiple things. So what I will be trying to do it is, so before taking everything, so here container element dot text content or inner HTML, whatever it may be you are having, is equal to, I will try to make it as an empty. Now if I refresh this page and if I check the value, so all the time when I try to get another value, so here we are able to get it. Now the last one, what we need to do it is, so whenever we are trying to get the value, we need to show whether it is getting from the cache or it is getting from the network. So let's go here, and where we are able to get it, that one. So in the init, in the get to do response, somewhere we are having it, right? I didn't remember exactly. Get to do value element, in this one only, get to do value element. So yeah, here we are able to get it. Let's say that we are getting const, sorry, let message is equal to empty. So this is the message, sorry, it is something like cache hit. Okay, so when the response is not there, so then that is nothing but it is from the network. Okay, and here we got the render data, and also we'll do render message of message. I will send the message also to this one. So here I can have something like function render message of message. I got it, and here we will be getting that something like constant message element is equal to document dot query selector of hash. What is that element? Message only directly. So here I can have something message, I can have it, and here what I can do, message element dot text content is equal to that message. I will try to render it. That's it. Let's try to see the output. So the final output which we try to do. So when I'm trying to get it, so this one is coming from the cache, and if I try to get it, this one I will try to get it from the, oh sorry, here we got it from the cache. Now I will try to delete the cache. Now if I try to click on this one, so this one, this time it is getting it from the network. So here if you try to see, so it is coming in from the network. Okay, so 2, it is cache hit. Okay, and 1 is also a cache hit. So 4, I think this one is also a cache hit. So 5, this one is also a cache hit. Now I will delete the cache, and I will delete the cache, and if I try to go to the 1, and this one is getting from the cache, and 3 I have deleted it. So now when I click here, so this one is getting it from the network. So this is how we will be developing this one. So now we have successfully completed the thing. How we can able to delete it, how we can able to get it and write it into the cache. These are all the things we have did it. So this is how you will be implementing the cache storage. So which I have explained you in a better example. Hope you understood about this concept. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.